Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest inventors in history, is often overshadowed by more recognizable figures like Henry Ford, the Wright brothers, and Thomas Edison. Yet, when you plug in your phone, turn on the lights, or use a refrigerator, you have Tesla to thank. His remarkable contributions to modern life have often gone unnoticed, and his story begins at the end. On January 7, 1943, a maid at the New Yorker hotel entered room 3327 and discovered the body of an 86-year-old man who had lived there for the last decade. Tesla had passed away, alone and penniless. His diet consisted of warm milk and crackers, and he was obsessed with feeding pigeons outside his window. Despite being one of the greatest minds of his time, Tesla died in obscurity, and there is a reason for this, which will become clear as we explore his life. Tesla was born on July 10, 1856, during a lightning storm in the town of Smiljan, now part of Croatia. According to family legend, the midwife assisting with his birth remarked that the child would be a child of darkness, but his mother replied, "No, he will be a child of light." This prophecy would later come true in ways no one could have imagined. When Tesla was 5, he witnessed his older brother die after a fall from a horse, a tragedy that haunted him for the rest of his life. Tesla also began experiencing visions accompanied by flashes of light, blurring the line between reality and imagination. This peculiar condition never faded and shaped his ability to visualize inventions in extraordinary detail. In 1919, Tesla explained how his designs would come to life in his mind before he ever built a prototype. "Invariably, my device works as I conceived it should, and the experiment comes out exactly as planned. In 20 years, there has not been a single exception." Tesla credited his mother, Dilka Mandik, for his inventive nature. She developed small household appliances and had an eidetic memory, a trait Tesla inherited. His father, a priest, had different plans for him, and wanted him to follow in his footsteps. But Tesla's interests lay in engineering. After contracting cholera as a teenager, his father promised to send him to engineering school if he survived. Tesla miraculously recovered and went on to study at the Technical College of Graz in Austria. His work ethic was extraordinary. He reportedly studied from 3 a.m. to 11 p.m. daily, causing professors to worry about his health. Tesla's brilliance became apparent when he could perform complex calculations in his head, and he spoke 8 languages fluently. Despite his academic promise, Tesla dropped out of school after developing a gambling habit and cut ties with his family, fearing they would discover his addiction. Tesla's life took a turn when he began working in Budapest as an electrician for a telephone company. It was here, during a walk in the park, that he conceived the idea of alternating current, AC, the system of electricity generation and transmission that would change the world. But before this breakthrough could materialize, Tesla moved to Paris in 1882, where he worked for the French branch of Thomas Edison's electric company. His talents quickly garnered attention, and he was tasked with designing and building complex electrical machines, eventually traveling across Europe to solve problems at various Edison branches. In 1884, Tesla was offered a job at Edison Machine Works in New York City. With just 4 cents to his name, having been robbed during the journey, Tesla arrived in America with hopes of making his mark. At first, Edison was impressed by Tesla's talents, even complimenting his work ethic. "I have had many hard-working assistants, but you take the cake." However, this professional admiration soon dissolved into rivalry. The two men disagreed over how electricity should be delivered. Edison favored direct current, DC, where electricity flows in one direction, while Tesla advocated for alternating current, which allows electricity to change direction periodically, making it more efficient over long distances. AC powers large systems like homes and factories, while DC powers smaller devices, such as flashlights. Tesla's push for AC put him at odds with Edison, who owned the patents for DC and saw no need to embrace Tesla's innovation. According to Tesla, a manager at Edison's company promised him a $50,000 bonus if he could improve machines running on DC. Tesla succeeded, but the manager reneged on the promise, with Edison allegedly remarking, "You don't understand our American humor." Furious, Tesla quit and formed his own electric company in 1885. However, his investors took control of the company and all his patents, leaving him penniless. Forced to dig ditches for a living, Tesla's fortunes finally improved when, in 1887, he invented an induction motor powered by AC, the precursor to modern electric motors. Tesla's AC motor caught the attention of George Westinghouse, a major figure in the electricity industry. Westinghouse saw the potential in Tesla's invention and bought the rights to the patents for $60,000, offering Tesla stock and a consultancy position worth $2,000 a month, equivalent to over $50,000 today. This marked the beginning of the infamous War of Currents, a fierce battle between Edison's DC system and Tesla's AC system. To discredit AC, Edison went to extreme lengths, secretly funding the invention of the electric chair to demonstrate its danger and publicly electrocuting animals. Despite Edison's efforts, Tesla and Westinghouse won the war. AC illuminated the world's Columbian Exposition in Chicago in 1893 and later powered the world's first hydroelectric power plant at Niagara Falls. Despite this victory, Westinghouse's company faced financial difficulties, accumulating a $10 million debt by 1897. Desperate, Westinghouse approached Tesla and asked if he would reduce his royalties. Out of loyalty and compassion for the man who had supported him when no one else would, Tesla tore up his contract, walking away from what would have been over $300 million in royalties today. Though Westinghouse compensated him with a one-time payment of $216,000, about $60 million today, Tesla's decision cost him a fortune and ensured he would never be a wealthy man. Tesla's brilliance continued to shine through the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He held over 300 patents, pioneering technologies that still shape our world today. He developed early neon lighting, the Tesla turbine, and even an early version of X-ray technology. One of his most remarkable inventions was the remote control, demonstrated in 1898 when Tesla used it to steer a boat in New York's Madison Square Garden. Spectators were so baffled by the technology that many believed it was a magic trick. Tesla's work on wireless transmission, however, would soon become the source of his greatest professional disappointment. Tesla's most famous invention, the Tesla coil, allowed him to experiment with transmitting power wirelessly. He envisioned a world where communication would be possible without wires, and to achieve this, he built Wardenclyffe Tower on Long Island, New York. Unfortunately, financial backers abandoned him in favor of Guglielmo Marconi, who successfully transmitted the first transatlantic radio message using many of Tesla's patents. The U.S. Patent Office controversially awarded Marconi the patent for the radio in 1904, despite Tesla's prior work. Tesla sued, but the case was only resolved in his favor after his death. The financial failure of Wardenclyffe Tower marked the beginning of Tesla's decline. He lost his lab, much of his research, and eventually his mental health. In his later years, Tesla lived in the New Yorker Hotel, where he was supported by Westinghouse. Although he lived rent-free, he died deeply in debt. Tesla's downfall can be attributed to a mix of bad luck and his own nature. He wasn't a businessman, nor was he motivated by profit. His decision to tear up his royalties contract with Westinghouse, while noble, left him without the financial means to continue his work independently. Yet, Tesla's legacy endures. His inventions, from AC to radio technology, laid the groundwork for the modern world. Tesla may have died penniless, but his vision and brilliance continue to power the world we live in today. His mother, all those years ago, was right. Tesla truly was a child of light. This has been a story about Nikola Tesla, brought to you by Waves Discovery. If you enjoyed this journey into the life of a forgotten genius, make sure to subscribe to Waves Discovery for more fascinating stories.